Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the produce industry and how companies such as Monsanto are trying to get control of it, as well as the negative effects GMOs and pesticides actually have that are made by big companies like this. So, my original hypothesis to this research assignment was, what effects do big companies have on the produce industry and the environment? So, the first thing I decided to do was, well, check out somewhere where I eat daily. So I decided to go to the Down Under Cafe located on campus here at UNR. And I talked to the head chef, Xavier. And essentially, we went back and forth, and I asked him about where he got his produce. And he was open about it. He said that they get it from San Francisco Specialties, located in Sacramento, which I find kind of ironic. But it was interesting to learn that I asked when if there was any pesticides used on them. He's like, yeah, and they're needed. So that further intrigued me, and I wanted to look at like what companies actually use pesticides and stuff and manufacture it. So I looked towards one of the bigger ones, Monsanto. Now, Monsanto originally was a chemical company that manufactured weed killer, and it was interesting to see how they would end up going from that all the way into the agricultural industry further in the produce section. Now, the way that they were doing this was making new pesticides and herbicides, as well as making plants that actually have natural resistances to insects and other like invasive plant species with the manipulations of their genomes. These things are called GMOs, genetically modified organisms. Now, it's important to note that like while GMOs are still living creatures, like they're still living plants, they are technically able to be patented. So Monsanto is able to patent the gene, and anything with that certain gene in it, Monsanto can claim ownership of. Now, this is really negatively impacting some farmers where they actually have their plants crossbreeding with Monsanto plants by accident. And because Monsanto owns these genes, they're able to manipulate these farmers into having to pay for their products or and also make them have to seek out certain pesticides and herbicides that or soils that help support these plants grow better. Now, this is a big issue because all these plants are getting mixed together with Monsanto things. Monsanto just owns them now, and that's a big issue. But I also go over the use of pesticides and how it affects us. So I went to the EPA, and it says that pesticides can be harmful for us to ingest. However, when I went to the World Health Organization, residue from pesticides used, meaning after you wash it off, the little bit that's left, does not pose a dangerous threat to us. However, it still is a threat. And companies like Monsanto and stuff that demand their products to use these pesticides and herbicides as well to make sure that their products are fully able to grow and be as productive as possible means that farmers will have to go out of their way to purchase this stuff. Now, also, Monsanto is taking over the industry more so because they're offering incentives for people to buy their seeds and which will allow them to further grow their company. And this is according to the industrial biotechnology. And essentially what they go over is that they give like monetary incentives. Like they say that there would help protect them and help how they're essentially making their plants grow and stuff and giving them like benefit of the doubt with their plants and stuff. But Monsanto also has people snitch on each other, according to the documentary I watched, The World According to Monsanto, about what seeds they're using because they're not allowed to keep seeds from past harvest. So this is very interesting because Monsanto doesn't want their seeds or their essentially the genes that they have to be going public with other people for other people to get their hands on it because they want to be making as much money as possible. So after all of my research and I came up with the conclusion that yes, big companies have a huge effect on the industry as a whole, the agricultural industry as a whole, as well as hurting other small industries as well that are selling things with cross genetic breeding. So I just wanted you guys to know that, and I hope this was beneficial for all of you. So yeah, thanks for watching.